Guys, so we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Iran has issued a notice to airmen announcing temporary airspace closures around Tehran, that's the capital of Iran, on June 1st and the 2nd, 2025, due to planned rocket launches and drone activities. All right, so at the same time, information came out less than 24 hours ago. U.S. President orders U.S. military to halt coordination with the Holy Land on possible strike on Iran nuclear site. Now, U.S. President told Benjamin not to strike while nuclear talks advance, but the Holy Land continued to prep for potential assaults. So you do have Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE told U.S. President they object to a strike on Iran's nuclear site. So I want to bring all this information to you guys, and especially this one here. Saudis warn Iran to reach agreement with U.S. or risk biblical war with the Holy Land. So you got some stuff going on today, guys, and this NOTAM, notice to airmen, is something that is coming out right now. Iran has issued a NOTAM closing the airspace around Tehran on June 4th. Now they got different dates here. It seems like it's going to be June 1st, possibly up to June the 4th, 2025. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and a PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. The Holy Land strike on Iran nuclear site appears imminent. Likely during the Shavuos, June 1st and the 2nd, 2025. Iran has issued a NOTAM closing airspace over capital, at the same time citing rockets and drone activity. The timing is no coincidence. Man. So, you guys think Holy Land is going to fire? And if that's the case, guys, I mean, it's just going to hurt the nuke talk between U.S. and Iran. Hopefully, it doesn't happen, but it seems like Benjamin is just going to take matter into his own hands. So, once again, guys, so they're going to close the airspace in Iran capital. All right, I want to see what's going on with this news, and we're going to find some more information about the airspace being shut down. So Saudis warn Iran to reach agreement ASAP with U.S. or risk biblical war with Holy Land. So Saudi prince told Persia, the region can't bear more escalations. Response was that Iran wants nuke deal but won't end enrichment. The Wall Street Journal says this U.S. prepping term sheet that includes enrichment ban. So you have Saudi defense minister delivered a blunt message to Persia officials in the capital last month. Take U.S. president offer to negotiate a nuclear agreement seriously because it presents a way to avoid the risk of biblical war with Holy Land. Alarmed at the prospect of further instability in the region, Saudi, 89 years old, King Salman bin dispatched his son, Prince Khalid, with the warning destined for Persia's supreme leader, according to two Gulf sources close to Gulf circles and two Persia officials. Now, guys, I heard there was information coming out today that Persia could fire thousands and thousands towards the Holy Land non-stop. Which, again, that would be catastrophic, guys. That would be, again, that would be just a huge catastrophe. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Present at the closed-door meeting in Persia capital, which took place on April the 17th, the presidential compound where Persia President Mossad, Armed Forces Chief of Staff, and Foreign Minister Abbas, the sources said. Now, these are the people that is, they going to Rome and they're going to other places, negotiating with the U.S. when it comes to these nuclear deal. All right, so Abbas is one of them. He's working really hard with the U.S. and try to work things out. Prince Khalid, who was Saudi ambassador to Washington during U.S. President first term, warned Persia official that the U.S. leader has little patience for drawn-out negotiations, according to 4 sources. Donald had unexpectedly announced just over a week earlier in the presence of Benjamin that direct talks were taking place with Persia aimed at curbing Persia's nuclear program in return for sanctions relief. It says here, while the media covered the 37 years old prince, 37 years old. 37 years old. That's young. That is young. I'm almost 41. 37 years old visit. The content of King Salman's convert message has not been previously clarified. Now, Persia, again, the capital Tehran, Prince Khalid told the group of senior Persian officials that U.S. President team will want to reach a deal quickly, and the window for diplomacy will close fast, according to the 4 sources. Now, they're saying that this deal could be done in months. They want this thing to be done ASAP, and you guys know Benjamin, he's not going to wait months. He's not going to be waiting all that time. The Saudi minister said it would be better to reach a deal with the U.S. than face the possibility of Holy Land strike if the talks broke down, according to the 2 Gulf sources. He argued that the region riven by the war sparked by, the one from the Strip, in October 7, 2023, strike on the Holy Land could not withstand a further escalation in tensions, according to the 2 Gulf sources and one senior foreign diplomat familiar with the discussion. On Thursday, it was reported that during Donald's trip to the Gulf earlier this month, the leader of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE told the American leader they oppose a military strike on Persia's nuclear program. Reuters was unable to determine the impact of the prince's message on Persia leadership. It says here, in the meeting, Pezeshkian responded that Persia wanted a deal to ease economic pressure through the lifting of Western sanctions, the 4 sources said. Persia told Saudis it won't stop enrichment, and that's the problem there. That is the problem. So Persia told Saudi, look, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop the enrichment of the, again, uranium. We're not going to stop it. And that's what Donald is not happy about. So, and again, Benjamin is not pleased about it too. However, Persia officials, the sources added, expressed concerns over the U.S. president's unpredictable approach to negotiations, which have veered from allowing limited uranium enrichment to demanding the complete dismantling of Persia's enrichment program. U.S. president also has threatened to use military force if diplomacy fails to rein in the clerical establishment nuclear ambitions. The question is, what's next? One of the Persian sources said that, I'm going to skip his name, emphasized Persia's eagerness to reach a deal, but Persia was not willing to sacrifice its enrichment program just because Donald wanted an agreement. Authorities in Saudi, Persia, and the Holy Land did not respond to Reuters. Wow. Request for comment. The White House did not directly address Reuters' question about whether it was aware of Saudi warning to Persia. Well, they are quiet. Nobody wants to talk to the press. U.S. president has made it clear, make a deal or face grave consequences. And the whole world is clearly taking him seriously, as they should. Now, the White House press secretary said in a statement. Persia, which avowedly seeks Holy Land destruction, has consistently denied seeking to acquire nuclear. However, it has been enriching uranium to level that have no peaceful application, has obstructed international inspectors from checking its nuclear facility, and has expanded its ballistic missile capabilities, while several officials have increasingly warned that they could pursue the bomb. I believe that Persia has one. I believe Persia has a nuke. And if they have one, they're possibly going to drop down the Holy Land. And that would change the entire world. That would definitely be WWE3. The ongoing talk between Washington and Persia have already been through 5 rounds to resolve the decades-long nuclear dispute, but multiple stumbling blocks remain, including the key issue of enrichment. The Wall Street Journal said U.S. preparing term sheet, including ban on enrichment. Now, the Wall Street Journal reported early Friday, May 30th, 2025, that the Holy Land is worried that the U.S. will drop its demand that Persia fully stop enrichment, confirming that the two countries aren't seeing eye to eye as to the best way to approach a new nuclear agreement. An unarmed senior U.S. official told the news outlet that there are some disagreements with the Holy Land over how to approach this right now. The official seemingly indicated, however, that the U.S. could eventually back Holy Land pursuit of military action if Persia don't want to make a deal. Like I said, guys, I do believe there's going to be a big surprise. Someone's going to drop a NUKE. Hopefully not, but yeah, I got a feeling that Persia is going to drop it. Can we see Mystery of Babylon? So it says here, the report also said that the sleeping giant is preparing a term sheet as part of an interim framework for a deal as talk progress, and that the sheet will include a total ban on enrichment. The senior U.S. official told the newspaper, if they don't accept these terms, it's not going to be a good day for the Persians. I know people's like, Louis, they're not Persians. Okay, Iranians, but I use the name Persian as a code word. All right, so it says here, that report also noted that with negotiations ongoing, Persia has been digging beneath its main Natanz enrichment plant. That's where they want to strike it. That's one of the plants. Citing people with knowledge of Persia's nuclear program, the report said the work is far from complete, but eventually it could allow Persia to produce fuel for nuclear equipment out of reach of airstrikes, noting this could sway Holy Land in the direction of a strike, even with talks still ongoing. Donald said on Wednesday that he had warned Benjamin last week not to take any actions that could disrupt nuclear talks with Persia, and said that the two sides were very close to a solution now. According to American officials, the U.S. hopes an interim framework will address Holy Land concerns and stave off any imminent strike. No one in the Donald administration has the patience for years of drawn-out negotiation, particularly with the risk of Holy Land strike on Persia. All right, so once again, that's the latest update. Now let's go back on X and see if we can find any more information here. Yeah, we're not seeing much information here. So Persia has issued no time. All right, so this is the latest updates here. But here's the date: June 1st, 2025. Airspace closed from 9:30 to 12:30 UTC, and then June 2nd, 2025. Airspace closed from 5:30 to 8:30 UTC. And you guys already know that's like 2 days away. Actually, 1 day away. It says here, getting ready for the strike by Holy Land. Perhaps. So we are literally 1 day, 2 days away. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but you guys already know I've been sounding the alarm. And Donald is telling military out there not to take orders or listen to Benjamin's. But again, we are definitely seeing something here, guys. There's a possibility we might see or hear a big breaking news: Holy Land and Persia going at it. So you got Saudi getting involved. You got US getting involved. Qatar getting involved. The UAE, they are urging them to stop. But again, just like the two brothers, Ishmael and Isaac, they still go at it. And at the very end, these lands, these Middle E, they're all brothers and sisters, Ishmael and Isaac. Their father is Abraham. You guys know Abraham has Sarah, which is again, you had Isaac came from Sarah, and I forgot the other woman name, the Egyptian slave. Well, her son is Ishmael. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.